YouTube who watches Gruffworld, keeps up with it. I just want to let y'all know who creates it. It is me, Julian Hicks. I go by Jay sometimes. Some people call me Wise, but I don't really consider myself to be the wisest person. But it's about time. I've been putting Gruffworld on for about a year, and it was about time for me to tell you guys, you know, how I created it, the history behind it, what inspired me to do it. First off, just want to let you, so let's start off with Gruff. this, this right here, that's Gruff. Mm-hmm. Now I drew this in 2002. He looks a lot different now than beforehand. He kind of looks like, I got so many drawings of him. I didn't really have time to look through all of them to try to find, the best one. I want to get this out the way, but this is how he looks right here. How I draw him now. Now, let's start. I created Gruff in 1991. I was in fifth grade, and I was already into drawing and comic books and video games, and I made a whole bunch of characters. There was Scooter, there was John Tay, which he was just called Birdman. They're also featured in Gruff World, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But I invented Gruff, and I created Gruff in 1991. 2002, I decided to make a story about him, an actual comic, graphic novel type comic about his life and his times. And this, like I said right here, this is the cover of the first issue of Gruff World right here. And the ideas I got from Gruff World is because there's from the time in 2002, I was like 21 until so in 1991, which is like I was in fifth grade, well 1991 92 school year. You know, of course I was a kid, so I thought a lot differently than what I thought now. But I also, between the times that I created Gruff, I also created a superhero that was called J-Man, which was me, you know, in a comic book adventures. I had a little ring. I point my ring in air, J-Man. Actually, I kind of based it off of Power Rangers, which is kind of stupid. That's about I was in, I say, seventh grade, seventh or eighth grade, whenever. But I fought mutants. I was a hero, and a lot of my enemies were mutants. I had a alligator man, a fish man, a bear man. I had all these different type of mutants. It was all almost like how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would be, where it's just amorphic animals, you know, conversing and living their life in our world. And there was good ones, there's bad ones. I fought them, I beat them up. But when I got a little bit older, I was still drawing J-Man a little bit. I kind of got away from drawing Gruff and putting him in comics. I would still draw him sometimes, but I kind of like the idea of J-Man better. But when I got into about high school, J-Man started getting boring. He really did. So I started drawing Gruff again. And I decided to, instead of thinking about how I want to do them and create new characters, I mean, he already had a list of characters. A few like Baron Von Goat, he was one, Goldwing, Mimi. But I wanted to, I decided to incorporate the J-Man mutant good guys and bad guys in the Gruff World because they were already animals anyway, amorphic animals. You know, Gruff, he's an amorphic mountain goat. And just want to let you know, Gruff is not a goat. Gruff is a mountain goat. There is a difference. A mountain goat is not an actual goat. It just has the appearance of a goat. It is actually a species of mountain antelope, and its closest relative is the ibex, which is also a mountain antelope, and it's not a true goat. I didn't find that out till I didn't really actually find that out until I was a little bit older. But I kind of like bro being a mountain goat because mountain goats were only found in North America, the Rocky Mountain chain. So like he was really unique, you know, isolated nomad and all that. But back to my story, I wanted to incorporate these mutants and Gruff all together and make one adventure out of it. Now, I had a basis of what I wanted to do, but I didn't really know how I was going to follow through with it. So what I did, well, what inspired me, I know is what really inspired me was a lot of fighting genre games, movies, television shows. I love Dragon Ball Z. It came out and it came broadcasting in America I was like in the ninth or 10th grade. Yeah, it was like, ninth or 10th grade. I love Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, World Heroes, Tekken. But that's all I used to play besides racing games. I love racing games too, and shooting games. But I was always mainly playing Street Fighter and X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel versus Capcom 2, which is the best fighting game, in my opinion, ever made. That's my opinion. But I decided I was just drawing Gruff and little random adventures. Had sometimes other mutants and characters would appear, but I didn't really do too much work too hard at it. See, my art teacher was a bitch. She hated me, so she didn't really want to try to help me out and help me succeed in my cartoon. But I don't blame her. That's also my fault or my motivation. I shouldn't let this one woman hold me down like that, but I did. But that's a mistake that I made when I was a kid. I'm an adult now, so I can look past that. And Mitsuki, I had no beef with you. You know, you were a bitch, but it's okay. It's really okay. But after high school, a couple years after high school, I was in college. I went to a little community college. They didn't really have an art major, but I don't even know why I really enrolled in that school. Maybe it was the CAD. CAD really interested me, and I heard that I could make a lot of money computer-aided design and drafting. You know, I graduated. I got a degree. You know, I finished school, but after that, it didn't really work out. But going into too many details of that. But while I was in school, I was drawing Gruff really hard. I was drawing more and more every day. I'd be bored in some classes. I was bored. I would just draw him up. Just draw him throwing a punch, talking, doing something. He was like doing the same thing as me, bored in a classroom or something like that. I had an art, but I had an art book, a sketchbook, a blank sketchbook. I had it for a few months and I didn't really do anything with it. So one day I was just sitting at home in the kitchen and I just decided to draw a little origin about Gruff. Like, where did he come from? And after that, it just kept going. It just continues. Gruff, when he starts off, he's 13 years old, and he actually grows along the series. I like to do that type of style, like in Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT. Goku, he starts off as a kid, he grows up, becomes an adult, and then he has kids, and then he has grandchildren, and then it just keeps going. Like, they age and progress. I like that type of style. So actually, Gruff, right now what you're seeing is Gruff around um, screaming black. Around 13, he's about 13. Well, right now he's 15, going on 16. The part of the storyline that I'm doing right now, which is like the working on the fourth story arc right now. Which it was all supposed to be part of the third story arc, but I didn't want to put too many episodes in that. But yeah, it just kept on going, and I've actually been working on Gruffworld for the past 10 years now. You know, people read it and people say, you know, you need to get this published. And, you know, my money's not really too right, but I had an idea. I said, maybe, because I have other ideas. I have other cartoons and comics that I like to do also. It's just like Gruff is, I really love to draw Gruff. So I decided, well, I have about 10 years worth of material. My drawing has progressed year after year after year, and I kind of didn't want to go back and redraw all the panels. So I decided to, when I put it to my computer to color it, I was going to try to get it printed on books, but then I heard the idea of comic books, online comic books, and that's where I first started online comic book, and I was putting links on my Facebook, like my website, you can read them. But I saw an interesting video one day. I don't want to describe the video because it's not really. I found it by accident. It's not really a proper video to be describing and talking about anything right now. Yeah, but it gave me the idea. Well, it wasn't panel, but the panels were cut and ran through a editing program, and like panel after panel, you could read it. Had a little music to it, so I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna try doing that with my first Gruffworld episode and see how it looks. And I did it, and it actually it looked pretty good to me, the thing. But I made a mistake where it runs a little fast, too much wording, so people were having problems reading it. When I told people about it, and people were going through, that was their main issue. Like, it goes too fast. I can't read it. I have to keep on pausing it as I go through it. So I changed up how I do a little bit, and made it more readable. I got an animation program. I bought it off a good friend of mine. My good friend of mine, Randy, played poker with him all the time. And I'm working on it right now, but I haven't figured out everything yet. The main thing is, I loaded the pictures in, but the main thing is that I can't get them to, like, the things I gotta put bones in them, and I can't get the bones in them to make them move, and I still haven't figured it out. And I'm doing what the instructions told me. But anyway, now I have it on YouTube. I've been posting it for about a year right now. I see on the views people are watching it. It's not the hundreds of views which I'm hoping for, like some other people that I see on here, especially this Jeff and Taylor comic. It's pretty interesting. He doesn't have it on YouTube though. He has it on, the creator of it. He doesn't have it on YouTube. He has it on his own website, but he has ads and clips of what he does, and he talks about it a lot. It's real, he's real interesting guy to listen to. Send him something, but about my stuff, see what he thought, but he hasn't got back with me yet. But maybe he's busy, or maybe he don't like it, but whatever, it's cool. Not everybody's gonna like what you do. It's all about what you like. That's the main thing. So I like it. So, and there's other people that like it. But besides that, I do like his stuff though. Really, really interesting. But besides that, like I said, it's on YouTube now, and I might have to do a part 2 of this video right now, because it looks like that I've been recording for about 15 minutes now. So I wanted to get more into some of the characters in Gruffworld, what inspired me to create these characters. But I'm gonna cut it off right here. So I hope y'all watching Gruffworld, and if you, whoever's watching it, I hope you like it, and anything that you want to, any ideas you want to give me, or anything, advice that you want to give me to make it better, just let me know. Send a little comment down on the under the little comment page on YouTube. And like I say, oh, Gruffworld is protected. Don't try it. I just want to tell you this. Do not try it. Do not try it. If you want to come out with a cartoon or a comic book or a comic strip or anything like that, create it yourself. Don't bite other people's stuff. Don't bite their shit. That's what I really want to say. But next video, tell you a little bit more stuff I missed. See y'all later.